Now it's definitely not a fairway, and I wouldn't call it a hybrid. It's kind of a fairway hybrid. Hi, I'm Paul, and this is The Golf Show. Hey everyone, I'm Paul Hemlin, welcome to The Golf Show. On the show this week I'm going to test out a rather unusual club. That's the Callaway Apex UW. Now the U doesn't stand for unusual, it stands for utility in utility wood. So this isn't a fairway and it's not a hybrid. It's kind of something in between. It's kind of a fairway hybrid. Maybe I should have worked in marketing. Anyway, this is a tour inspired product. It's part of the Apex range that Callaway's had out since 2014. The Apex range was originally designed for better players, but now it's in common use. Very popular. They've sold off the shelves very well, all the Apexes, so I'm interested to try this. This is effectively two clubs in one. So I'm going to try this out here today at Fulford Golf Club from the places you'd expect to use a fairway or a utility. So off the tee, off the deck, out of the rough, maybe a few little dinky chips around the green as well. So I'm really keen to test this out and see how this compares. It's a £300 club, so that's not cheap by any means of the imagination. So it's going to be interesting to see how good this thing is and if it can justify such a hefty price tag. Okay, that's more than enough from me. Let's get on with the golf show. The club's got a simple and compact style. It's smaller than a fairway wood, a bit bigger than a hybrid. It's got a forged flash face with an 18-gram tungsten weight in the sole behind two Jailbreak Velocity Blades. So this should give you a higher launch if you're hitting it a bit lower off the face. I'm keen to try that out. Callaway's testing says this club will deliver a tighter dispersion on shots, so everybody wants some of that, so that sounds great. Okay, let's try a few balls now and see how we get on. For £300 I'm expecting a lot from this club. This is the 21 degree model. They come in 17, 19 and 21. They're not otherwise adjustable. I've got the Even Flow Project X 6.0 75-gram hybrid shaft in there. I'm going to measure the distances on the Garmin G80 approach. So I'm going to start off with some tee shots. Aiming for the black and white post down there. Nice flight, just drifting off a little bit to the right of the post. Went high. Okay, that's gone 217 yards. The head does look quite big, and if I'm honest, a little bit basic. Super high flight. A little bit left of target. 196 carry, 218. You see what I mean about the head? It just looks a little bit basic in that finish. It's a big old head to put behind a ball, but I think you soon get used to it. Well, that went left, but it's corrected itself. That would be middle of the fairway. High flight again. 194, 216. Getting some really consistent numbers here. Off the toe, but it's still gone really well. Oh, that felt great. Oh, that is really good. That's going to stop dead. Yep, might need a shovel to dig that one out. 212. So pretty consistent distances there. Lost about 20 yards with one off the toe, but hitting it 212, 216. Initial observations are this head just looks a bit basic. It's not sleek. It's a big brute of a head. Whether a matte finish might have just been a little bit more elegant there, I don't know. So I'm going to try a few now off the deck. Oh, turning back nicely now. .205, 228, so that's the longest yet. Perhaps a little bit of adjustability in here. I'm getting my usual left to right shape. Maybe just a weight to take a bit of that fade off it would be helpful. Very easy to hit. 208, 231. It's really easy to hit. I'm getting into my sort of zone now, I think, with these. Loving the trajectory on these. It's a real gradual takeoff, but it keeps going and going and going. Really high apex, and it's going to have such a steep landing angle, it's going to stop dead on you. Caught that one a bit heavy. Nice flight. 238. Wow. Bit down the right one after that one. 199, 221. Come on, Paul, don't hit it hard. Hit it good. Last one off the deck, then we'll try some out of the rough. Oh, big fat divot there. Let's see how much ground I lost. Yeah, 137, 153. Okay, we're going to try a few out of the rough. Fairly typical shot for a hybrid. You thought I was going to say fairly typical shot for me, didn't you? No, fairly typical shot for a hybrid. Out of the rough, let's see how we get on with this. Big head behind the ball in the rough. Oh wow. Seriously, wow. That's the best one I've hit yet. 173, 192, you are going to lose a bit of distance out of the rough. I think with this flat sole, it's just going to glide through like a hybrid would. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I know I get a lot of practice out of the rough, but seriously, that is impressive. 192 again, wow. There's the club at address. Quite a big head. Could you get used to that? Wasn't any problem though hitting him off the deck, and it certainly wasn't any problem getting him out of the rough. Happy with the dispersion there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can throw a blanket over those. Okay, a bit of a big blanket, but you can still throw a blanket over it, right? Okay, quick correction. I thought I had about 7 balls within, say, a 15-20 foot radius, but there was actually 13. Some of those balls had plugged. That's fantastic dispersion. Okay, so the Callaways perform really well on the long game. I quite like using a hybrid or a 5-wood round the green if I can't quite get my putter on it and it's too tight turf to chip. So I've got about 25 yards here, bit of dew on the ground because it's early morning here in York. Let's see how I get on with this. Pretty good. Oh, hello. Wow. So what, I'll take those 3 every day of the week. Super impressive, gets a nice little launch, doesn't kick it too high. I've got 1 to 7 foot, 1 to 6 foot, 1 to 4 inches. Impressive stuff around the greens. In terms of the head cover, it's very well made. It's a leather sort of boxing glove style. I think that looks pretty cool. Okay, so that's the end of the test. What did I think of the Callaway Apex UW? I had the 21 degree here today. It was amazing. I can't put it any simpler than that. £300, it's got to deliver. That's a lot of money for a club, but the height was fantastic. It's going to stop dead on the greens. It goes much higher than a 5-wood. I put some within about 10-15 yards of each other, really close dispersion, really impressed with that. Off the tee, great. Off the deck was fantastic. Out of the rough was amazing. Around the green, the touch was lovely. It feels great as it comes off the face. I'd like to say thank you to Guy Wills, head pro here at Fulford, for lending me his club to test out. I'll have to go and make a little purchase now. That was probably the best club I've tested this year. Hope you've enjoyed this review, guys. I really enjoy doing these tech reviews, especially something a little bit different like one of these utility woods. If you enjoyed it, give us a like. If you're new, give us a subscribe, and we'll see you next time on The Golf Show. I hope you enjoyed the episode of The Golf Show. To watch another, click here. To subscribe, click here.